us tonight. My name again is Chris. For those of you who have never joined in, tonight we're going to go over what's going on in Texas and the Texas exam changes. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button in order to get all the new content coming out. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in. That's what everybody wants to know. Like I said, what's going on in Texas and the Texas exam changes. So, the Texas Board of Professional Engineers and Land Surveyors had met on November 17th, 2022 to discuss the changes that we've been talking about for about the last 2 years. So, Principles and Practices exam being incorporated, and then the new Texas exam, the Texas State Specific exam. Professional activities and knowledge study, we'll go over what that is, as well as a transition schedule and what's covered on the exam. Alright, so like I said, on November 17th, 2022, Texas Board had met and we're talking about the changes basically coming up. So, starting in May 2023, the current RPLS that everybody knows of right now is basically going to be abolished, and you're going to have to now take the Principles and Practices as well as the new Texas State-Specific exam. So instead of just going straight from your Fundamentals of Surveying to the RPLS, you'll now have to take that third exam. All the other states are already doing it. Texas was the only one that was denied. Alright, so the Principles and Practices and the Texas State-Specific exam. So like I said, starting May 2023, they're going to release all the information so that people are going to know what is on the new TSSE. Or Texas State Specific exam. So previously the RPLS was 8 hours long. The new one is about 4 hours. So remember, you still have to take I believe it's 7 hours for the Principles and Practices. Alright, so like I said, we'll go ahead and talk about this a little bit more. So it's going to be the same thing for Texas for registering. You have to get approved by the board in order to take the FS, the PS, the Texas State Specific, so nothing's really changed there. The only difference is incorporating those extra exams. So you can take the PS exam now before applying. So like I said, the Texas State Specific exam, you can't apply for it, and it won't be administered until October of this year. But you can take it prior, and they do give you information about it from the board's website. Or if you've taken it previously from another state, you can always have that transferred over. Alright, so Professional Activities and Knowledge Study, PACS. So exam development of the TSSE, rigorous and in-depth process. Basically, this is the blueprint that they've got for the new exam. So like I said, previously it was the RPLS, so the PACS kind of goes more specific. And it talks still about basically the same thing, but it's reduced content. So it's probably going to be a little bit or closely related to the reciprocal exam. But again, nobody knows until they release it, and that's not going to be till May. So after this exam that they have scheduled for April, anybody taking the TSSE will know more of the blueprint in April. And then transition schedule. This is what I was kind of talking about a little bit. So they announced it that it's going to be requiring the Principles and Practices as well as the new Texas State Specific exam. So spring 2023, finalized reference guide for the new exam. In April is basically the last time anybody will see the RPLS. So like I said, it's switching. This is the last one. So next month, if you're not enrolled for it, you will be taking the Principles and Practices and the Texas State Specific exam. May 2023, like I said, that's the rollout. That's when they're going to release the information for the new exam. Again, we don't know exactly what's going to be on it, so May would be the first time we could even tell you. And then again, in May is when their NCAAS is going to open up so that you can register for your Principles and Practices to take for approved applicants. And again, it hasn't changed. Texas, for the Fundamentals of Surveying, RPLS, you've always had to get approval from the board. So it hasn't changed. The only difference is that now you got to take the PS. And then, like I said, October 2023 is administering the first TSSE TSSE exam. Yeah. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, by all means, let us know. Leave a comment in there. And William, thank you for the comment as well. But yeah, like I said, so after April 2023, all applicants are going to be taking all three exams, just like every other state. If you've taken the principles and practices in another state, you can always have the results sent over. And then, like I said, the TSSE will be about a 4-hour in-person written exam. Again, we don't know exactly what's covered on it until they release it, but more than likely it's going to be about like the reciprocal. So it's still going to cover state-specific items, just like all the state exams do. So that's the biggest news that we've got for you right now. Like I said, a lot of big changes happening in Texas. They finally went and administered and pushed out the dates. We've been talking about this for a little while, and we've got an official dates of when everything's going into effect. So again, like I said, from their meeting on November 17th, talking about the changes to incorporate the principles and practices exam. And then the TSSE. So instead of saying RPLS, it's just Texas State Specific Exam. Previously, RPLS again was 8 hours. The new one for the state is going to be 4 hours. So you get a little bit of a break there, but again, you do have to take the principles and practices. Let's see. What else can I give you guys for information to help you? So like I said, if you are not registered to take it in April, you will be taking the new exam. Again, the new exam does not get released yet until May. And so like I said, professional activities and knowledge study. So basically these are going to be the areas and laws of practice for surveying in Texas. The RPLS item bank is reviewed and examined by Texas RPLS individuals. And then, like I said, they're creating the new content and refining it specifically for the TSSE, or reducing it, basically. And again, everybody wants to know which exam you're going to take. Well, if you're not registered for April, you are taking the new one. So you will have to get the fundamentals of surveying, the principles and practices, and your state-specific exam completed. Here's the transition schedule, like I was saying. So in May, we'll know a little bit more about what the blueprint and the references are going to be for the TSSE. And then, like I said, October 2023 will be the first time they administer this new exam. Alright, so as far as, like I said, price goes, it's going to be about the same from what I can see. They're still saying about $150. I don't know if that's going to stay the same or if it's going to change. But definitely check on the board if you need any information. You can get all the updated information right from the Texas board as well. If you guys need that link, leave a comment in here and we can send that to you. Oops. Okay, so. And like I said, so everybody who's scheduled for this exam April 14th is taking RPLS. This is the last time Texas will see it. Everybody else following up is going to be taking the TSSE. It's going to be the same thing as pretty much the RPLS as far as your time goes, 3 times per year that you can take the exam. It's only offered, so it's changed a little bit, sorry. It's offered 2 times a year currently. They're going to be offering it 3 times a year. Don't know the dates exactly yet, but like I said, so October, well, here we go. So March, June, and October. So they're changing it entirely. So instead of April and October, we're going to have 3 different days for you that you can take it. Yeah, so I mean, that actually helps out everybody trying to get licensed. Gives you more availability. So like I said, you can now take it up to 3 times in a year instead of twice. And most states only do it twice. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be, other than that, it's be about the same. If you guys have any questions, like I said, by all means, let us know. Once we find out the information in May, we will definitely give you a heads up, give you any documentation or feedback that we can provide from the Texas board that they've provided. Always keeping you guys up to date and ready to go. If you guys have any questions, again, like I said, my name is Chris with NLC Test Prep. Be glad to answer any questions you might have about this, or if you want to see any new content, by all means, let us know. Leave a comment. Be glad to make something for you. But yeah, that's the big changes coming into Texas. Like I was saying earlier, talked about it a few times within the last 2 years. So Texas board finally went and administered it, and is pushing now the principles and practices and the TSSE. So yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, by all means reach out to us. Be glad to answer anything for you. Other than that, have a great night, and I'll see you